What does a man feel and think when you implement the no contact rule? On this video, I'm going to be talking specifically about a man or a guy with a healthy personality, meaning that they don't display any narcissistic or toxic behaviors, someone without a personality disorder. And the reason I'm doing this is because I want to make another video where I discuss the same topic, but with a person that has a personality disorder or high narcissistic traits, because there is a huge difference in the behaviors that a normal healthy person would display after a breakup compared to a person that is toxic or narcissistic. So as we all know and potentially have experienced at some point in our lives, breakups are extremely difficult. It's a feeling that you cannot shake. It takes a time. So when I watch videos on YouTube and people give you sort of a time frame, a timeline when you are potentially going to feel better about yourself and about the breakup, it makes me laugh because there is actually no time frame. People heal in their own ways and in their own time, and every breakup is different. It's true that it takes an average of 3 months for our brain to rewire, meaning that if you have been in a toxic relationship or even in a healthy relationship that comes to an end, the first 3 months are pretty much the most difficult part because your brain takes you to that place in your head where you feel comfortable, where you ruminate, where you idealize that person. Timelines, in my opinion, do not apply because we all have very different experiences. As a general rule, I wouldn't believe in timelines. There is a time frame for things and there is a time scale. And obviously, you will feel better eventually. But don't believe in these 21, 30-day, 45-day timescales when they say to you, oh, you're ready to date after 45 days, because the way our brain processes pain, grief is completely different, and you cannot put definitely a time frame onto it. It might work for some listening to that kind of advice, but as a general rule, my opinion is do not listen to time frames because it's only going to make you hope for something that might eventually not happen. It might reach the point when you are supposed to be okay after the 3-month time period that they have advised. You will sort of start feeling better, and that time frame arrives, and then you are still in the pits. Before going any further, I just wanted to say thank you very much for being here. I'm really chuffed that people is watching my videos, so thank you so much. Honestly, I really appreciate it. My name is Vanessa, and again, I have to say this because otherwise people just start lashing out. I am not a clinician. I'm not claiming to be one, so I'm not giving you advice for you to take as face value. If you're really struggling with whatever you're going through in your life, there is professional help available. Ask to someone that you trust for help because there is help available and things do get better eventually. So what goes through the head or the psychology of a man after a split? And I'm going to make this about a man, but it also applies to female. Female behave similarly, but not the same. So after you broken up, he will be feeling very calm. He probably thinks this is the best decision. And it will be quite sudden, a couple of days maybe after you've broken up. He will feel at peace that that decision was made. And now he's a free man. So he will fantasize in his head about the things that he can do without you. He can meet with his friends more often, or he can go out more. He can play sports until later. He doesn't have to make plans with you for the weekend because he might just want to chill and you want to do things. So at the beginning, he will be feeling really comfortable and really calm with the decision, because in his head there is a fantasy of potential other things to do. And that is the first stage that a man goes through when you either break up with them or they break up with you. There is a sort of calmness to it. It could also be that they somehow blame you for that breakup. So through that first kind of few days, they think that they made the right decision and that you were to blame. So this euphoric period, as I said, will last for another 2 to 3 weeks. And then they will start thinking about you somehow. Something might remind them of you. And they will start questioning the reasons why you're not reaching out. And that's really unusual because you had your pattern of communication. You probably spoke every day. You might have lived together, and that's a different story. But after a few weeks, they start thinking about the reasons why you might not be communicating with them. And they start to worry. Their heads start playing with them and potentially make them start thinking about the fact that you might be happy, or you might be doing a lot of things, or you might be with or talking to someone else. But yes, this sort of stage of this breakup is all about worrying. So when the worry sets in, they might want to reach out to you, or they might actually reach out to you. And if you're keeping the "I'm not contacting you" rule quite firm in place, their head will start playing games on them, and they will get really angry. They might even lash out and text you or call you and say, "Why are you not getting in touch?" or "Why didn't you reply to my text?" That is when they might use some really nasty tactics, like telling you, "I'm much happier without you anyway. I don't need you in my life. I just was reaching out to see how you were doing. Not because I want to get back together with you. It's just that I think it was the best decision. I'm having a good time being single, and I'm meeting other women." So before, as I said, they'll be very happy at the beginning. Then they will start worrying that you're not reaching out. And then you are now in the place where they start getting angry because of your lack of reply or lack of response. After those stages that I just explained, what will start to happen is that man will start thinking, "Shit, have I made a mistake here?" Because they'll start missing you. They start missing the good qualities that you have. They've probably been out and about with their friends, and yeah, potentially they have met someone, slept with someone, but that didn't make them feel good because they miss the person that you are. They miss what you had together, and they will start thinking that it potentially was a rash decision. Maybe they didn't put enough effort into the relationship, and they start feeling sorry for themselves and sorry for the fact that that relationship came to an end. This is potentially when they might start contacting you again and apologizing for being a dickhead, or for being rude, or for sending you texts that made you feel bad, or leaving voicemails that sort of like on the attack. They really do start feeling very sorry. And I have to say this because I have been in a toxic relationship, but I have also been in healthy relationships that came to an end. The one relationship I only went back to was the one with my ex now. And that's because it was a toxic relationship and I hadn't experienced those behaviors before. So yeah, they start thinking, "Shit, I lost the one. I lost that person that made me feel so good." And they want to get back with you. They really do. But they just don't have the courage, or the ego doesn't allow them to do that. If it's a super healthy person, they will be completely straight and open with you and say, "Yes, I made a mistake. Please, let's reconsider, have a talk, have a chat, and see if we can get back to not the place we were, but a better place we were." Because I have realized, and I hope you have too, that we had a good thing going and we can work through our problems. So that is the sort of fourth stage in a healthy relationship. So what happens after that stage is that they try to get back together with you. And if you let them in, if you open the door for them to come in, it could be that that relationship could work. I mean, I'm not saying that relationships don't work after you break for a time. You realize that you're made for each other and then you come back together. Because there's plenty of evidence that has helped a lot of people. Some time away, out of mind, out of sight, but then I miss you. And if you are both open to that outcome, then great. If you both realize that the reasons why you broke up were not big enough reasons for you not to try it again, then it's a healthy decision to say, "Yes, let's give it another go. There's not much to lose. I already know you, and we have made a commitment to try things out." But again, this is with a healthy person. This is with someone that is secure. If you meet someone with an insecure, anxious attachment, things are truly different. And this is why I want to make another video based on the same topic, but with a relationship with a toxic or narcissistic person. But on that note, I want to say thank you very much for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you do the typical thing of liking and subscribing. I do not offer any services, so do not contact me for chats or anything like that. I'm not ready for that. But again, I hope you have a really nice day. I'm off to Barcelona in a few hours, so I'm sure we'll catch some good weather there. Thank you very much for watching and take care. See you later. Bye.